everybody, it's Patricia and welcome back to my channel. It's time for my Chatty Get Ready with me, and what I do is I put on my makeup, you guys watch me, and we just chat. So that's it. I've already done my skincare and I already put the primer on my face. And this is the first Friday in October, and I am doing a collab with my friend Aiden at English Prof Style, and we're doing Masktober. And what we're doing for Masktober is we're using a different face mask every day, and then at the end of the month, or probably the 1st of November, sometime that first week in November, I will do a review of all the masks that I use. So I'm keeping track of everything. So guys, if you want to do Masktober with us yourself, you know, it's a fun idea. Everybody use a mask a day. So now let's get started. I'm going to use a stick foundation today. I have noticed since I'm not going anywhere, I'm not really going outside a lot, which I really need to force myself to go outside more. My skin is the lightest I think I have ever been. Look, although my face is darker than my hands, I find my foundation looks a little dark. So I don't know if I should maybe try to find a new foundation, see if I can match my hand to my face. I don't know, it might look silly. I don't know, I'm just talking. So I'm going to use the stick foundation from Hourglass, and my color I have in this is natural, and I'm going to apply that with a damp sponge instead of a brush. Let me dampen my sponge. And let's get started. There has been no activity next door from the police department or anything, so that's quiet. It's not quiet, they're working over there, but it's not, no police has been called or anything. They do have the for sale sign out in front of the house, and it is not owned by the guy who bought the property to begin with, who bought my property. It's owned by somebody else, so I guess Wesley sold it to somebody. They built a house and they are selling it because it has the construction company name and it's the same name as the realtor, so that must be what this person does, build and sells homes. I think that's what my nephew does. He mainly, I think he works with builders, and he's a real estate agent, and he sells homes on Lake Kiwi. Really, really nice places. But I'm not sure if he's involved with the construction. I kind of think he is. I'm not 100% sure. But that's what Luke kind of does. I like this foundation okay. It's not really covering my nose though. I need to a little more on my nose, but I'm liking the color. I've been crafting. Oh guys, I have listings now on a site called Bonanza. Down in my description box below, I have added Bonanza and how to get to my account on Bonanza. It's called, you get a booth, not a shop, it's called a booth. So I have a booth on Bonanza, and I really like Bonanza. I can do coupons, it's really nice. So if you want to head over there, I have a code. If you'll use that, then if you purchase anything from my site and you use that code, then I don't think you guys get anything, but for me, I don't get charged the fee for selling the item, so that helps me out, gives me a little bit more change in my pocket. But yeah guys, I would love it though if you click and go over and look. That would be great. And if you follow me, then right now I have no followers. Basically, I'm at 0 followers. So once I get followers, then I can generate coupons. So I tried to generate a coupon, but I have to have followers first, subscribers, or whatever they're called. I don't know what term, I forgot. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good, and I think that color looks good on me. I don't look too tan. All right. Anything else? Let's see. What can we talk about today? I hadn't planned anything. I don't have any real stories to tell. Wow. I am lost for what to talk about. Oh, guys, I filmed Nathan's little setup of his Halloween village. So I'll insert that footage here. I hope you enjoyed that. You could see my kitty cat Tiger and RC in that. Tiger likes to sit in that window at that table, so he keeps knocking the cemetery over. But my son did all that. He set all that up. That's his spooky village. And like I said, it basically just, it doesn't make the noise. We just leave it, he leaves it on. So, I think it looks cool. He wants another piece. We might buy one more piece this year. I don't know yet. I'll wait to see. There is one more piece he wants. It's a pumpkin patch shop, I think. Those are Lee Mack's Spooky Town. You get those at Michael's. And there's some other stores that sell it. And you can, of course, get it online. Sorry guys, I had to turn the fan on low. I'm getting a little warm. It's the lights, I'm sure. But we're in the 70s. We're in the mid 70s now, which I am enjoying this weather much better. I turned my air conditioning off briefly, maybe a few days, and then I had to turn it back on to low because it got hot again, but not like really hot. It's 70s hot, so I keep it on low, and it's enjoyable. Oh, all right, there we go. There we go. Try to think of something we can talk about. If you guys have any questions, why don't you guys send me some questions if you have any, if you want to know about anything, and I'll answer them next week. We'll do a question and answer thing, or anything you guys think you might want to hear about. Let's see. Oh, I can tell you about some of the things I've done in my life. I was an extra in a movie once. The movie was in 1994, I believe. I think it was 94. I believe it was 94. 1994. I was an extra in the movie My Fellow Americans. Now, unfortunately, the movie wasn't that great. But it had Dan Aykroyd, John Hurd, James Gardner, Jack Lemmon, Lauren Bacall, Everett McGill was the bad guy. Am I missing anybody? I think that's all the main stars. And me and my friend Heather were picked as extras. We were working at the Biltmore Estate, and we heard that they were going to be hiring extras, and what you had to do, you had to send them, you know, your photo and a resume. And we were like, we've never acted before, and they said, well, you can just send your regular working resume, you know, just your work history. So we did that, and we got picked. So my character was a delegate from the Netherlands, and Heather was a CNN reporter. She stood in the back with the credentials, and up close it was, I mean, they were, the details were crazy on her badge she was wearing, but you don't really see her. She's not up close. You don't see the badge up close, so it just shows you how much detail they go into in these movies. But you do get to see me, and I do have the DVD. So what I will do is I will film a little bit of that and show you. I'm not monetized, so they can't unmonetize me. But yeah, I'll just show you a little clip of me. I have dark hair in the video, but I'll show you a little clip of me as an extra in My Fellow Americans. Thank you. Okay, right there. That is me. That's me. I am a delegate from the Netherlands.
Somebody go collect flaky. That's fine. That's fine. Let him go ahead. What a surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, President Matthew Douglas. We have to talk.
Okay, what'd you guys think? That was me. That was so much fun. That day took, I think we started about 5 o'clock in the morning. And we had to, it was filmed on the Biltmore Estate, and of course that's where Heather and I worked. And so we had to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. We parked in the parking area they assigned us, which was like the father's parking area from the house, but we weren't going to the house, you know. And they bused us over to the set, which was on the property. And the set was the White House. You saw the front of the White House. Oops, lid fell. You saw the front of the White House and the Rose Garden. And that was the set. And it only went up just so far. I mean, it didn't go all the way to the top. So it was just like half a building, just the facade. But the Rose Garden looked just like the White House Rose Garden. I mean, identical. And I was part of a delegation from the Netherlands that was sitting in the audience listening to the current president, who was played by Dan Aykroyd, and John Hurd was the vice president. And then riding up on a horse during Dan Aykroyd's speech is James Garner as a past president. And Jack Lemmon played a past president. Unfortunately, I did not get to meet or work with Jack Lemmon because he wasn't in the scene we were filming. Once the movie came out, he's in that scene, but later on. But he wasn't there that day that we were filming, so I didn't get to meet Jack Lemmon. I didn't get to meet Lauren Bacall. Let's see. I didn't get to meet Dan Aykroyd. It wasn't until much later, after my son was born, that I found out that Dan Aykroyd is autistic, which explains a whole lot of his actions that day. He didn't meet with anybody. He stayed in his trailer. He just come on set and then went right back to his trailer. And I remember people saying how rude, and I didn't feel that way. So I'm just going to use the Sultry palette today. I'm glad I thought of that. Okay, back to the story of my movie. I call it my movie. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd didn't meet with anybody, and people were saying things, but I didn't think that about him. I thought, well, you know, he's a big star. If he didn't want to be around anybody, he doesn't have to. I never even knew John Hurd was there. If you don't know who John Hurd is, he was the dad in Home Alone. I didn't know he was there until we got on set, and he was standing there. I'm like, oh, John Hurd. Had no clue. We did know Dan Aykroyd was there. But let me tell you, James Garner, what a gracious and wonderful man he was. We had a tent set up, and under the tent was tables and chairs, and we had drinks, and they provided food for us all day. I mean, we had food all day, and drinks all day. And majority of the day, I think I was there about 12, 13, no, we were there 15 hours, that's right. We worked into the dark. It was getting dark. We had lunch and dinner, and the caterers had already gone, so they had to take everybody's order, and they went to the McDonald's right outside of the entrance to the Biltmore Estate and got everybody food. Is that crazy? We had McDonald's. But going back to James Garner, we were under a tent, and James Garner brought his little chair in between things when he wasn't needed. He sat under the tent with us. He met everybody. He shook everybody's hand, and he gave everybody a little bit of time talking to him. And I thought that was really nice. So from that on, I was in love with James Garner. I really was. He didn't have to do that. Also, doing the exact same thing was Everett McGill. He played the bad guy. He was in the TV show Twin Peaks. If you don't know him, look him up. Great guy. Was really nice. He hung out with everybody. Super skinny. He was a skinny guy. But really nice. So James Garner and Everett McGill hung out with all of us extras and gave us some of their time. We weren't allowed to ask for autographs or take photographs, so I don't have any photographs, and I did not ask for autographs. I played by the rules. I got paid very well, I have to say, for that day's work. I was very, very pleased with my little chunk of change. I don't even remember how much I got paid, but I remember it being, you know, wow, a pretty good amount. All right, let me see what I'm going to do. But yeah, that was a fun day. That was a fun day, and so I can say I have been an extra in a major motion picture. I forgot the director's name. Of course I would. I'll put it down here. He also, right after he directed My Fellow Americans, he went on and did Tommy Boy with Chris Farley. So, and he's still director today. He's my age. Gosh, I can't think of his name. He was really nice. The crew was really nice. It was a fun day. Like I said, the only thing Dan Aykroyd didn't really, he didn't come out, and he waved, walk into set, but he did not speak with anybody. But when you're autistic, you are not a people person, believe me, and you do not do well with crowds and social settings with people you don't know. So finding that out years later, I'm like, oh, okay, makes total sense. Makes total sense. So, but that's one thing I'm glad I did. I have never tried to do another movie. A lot of movies have been filmed here. I know, I have a friend. She's not like one of my best friends or anything. We used to work together. She was an extra in the movie Dirty Dancing. Actually, she was an extra, but she also, she was in some of the dance scenes because she was a dancer. But also, she played Jennifer Grey's double when the car is like driving down the highway. She's in the car as Jennifer Grey. It's not Jennifer Grey riding down the interstate in the car going to where I can't remember where the resort was supposed to be. The actual where they filmed a whole lot of the movie is right here in Lake Lure, which is, gosh, not far from here. It's not far. And Lake Lure does a big Dirty Dancing celebration weekend every year. They didn't do it this year. But, yeah. What else has been filmed? There's so many movies been filmed here. The Fugitive. When I worked for Estee Lauder, Last of the Mohicans was filmed here. And one of the crew came to my counter. I was counter manager for Estee Lauder at the time. And they came to my counter and bought every tube of Self-Action tanning cream that I had. I mean, I got the cases out of the stock room, sold them to them, just cases of it, sold every bit of it, because they had hired their extras to be Indians, and they had told or Native Americans, excuse me, they had told them to get tan, you know, try to get as tan as possible, which they did. And then when they shaved them and gave them a mohawk, their scalp was white. So I ended up having to self-tan a lot of heads. I think that's funny. So that's my little contribution to Last of the Mohicans. I never saw, I need to be putting makeup on. I never saw any of the main actors for that one around. I need a different brush. Here we go. And I'm going to dampen my brush. So yeah, Patch Adams with Robin Williams was filmed here, or some of it was. Hunger Games was filmed here. Just a lot of movies, more than I can even think of. There's always movies being filmed here. And you can always find celebrities. When they were filming 28 Days with Sandra Bullock and Steve Buscemi, they filmed that here. And in fact, my high school English teacher, Miss Panko, she plays a nurse in that movie. She's also in Sandra Bullock's movie Force of Nature. When they're at south of the border, you can see her in scenes at south of the border. In that movie, it's a tourist trap on I-95, right south of the North Carolina border on I-95. But yeah, filming 28 Days. Get back on track here. Brian and I, we were dating at the time. We weren't married, I don't think. I think we were dating. And we had gone to a club downtown to hear Mojo Nixon play, which is a musician. So we went to see Mojo Nixon, and in walks Steve Buscemi. It was like, cool. Owen Wilson's been seen around town when he was filming his last movie. I can't remember the name of it. Nathan, what was the name of that movie with Owen Wilson and what's his name? The guy from The Hangover. Yeah, Zach Galifianakis and Owen Wilson. Masterminds. Yeah. Okay, so Owen Wilson was seen when he was here filming Masterminds. So yeah, there's a lot going on around here. I'm just not coming up with anything exciting for my makeup look today. There we go. I don't know, does it need something else, or should we just kind of leave it plain? I feel like there's something in my eye, but ooh, what shall I do? I'm going to take the dark brown and just darken these corners out here. I need to lift. My eyes always look like they're drooping. I know how to make them lift, but I just don't always do it. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go and put my liner and mascara on, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had stuck the eyeliner in my eye, and that made my eye turn red in water, so I went and put some drops in my eyes and then put the rest of my eye makeup on. And yeah, here we go. Anyway, and I forgot to zoom you guys in. So forgetful. So forgetful. So hopefully, maybe I'll make myself a note, put it on the tripod. That's what I'll do. I'll make a note, put it on the tripod, and leave it on the tripod. And I'll know that's for this video. Okay, now, that looks better. Oh, I love those Lumify drops. They are fantastic. Now, I'm using my Hourglass face palette for my blush, my bronzer, and my highlighter. I love this palette. I need to use it more. There we go. Get a little on my neck. Got that done. I'm going to use a little bit of the pink blush that's in here. There we go. Yes, I did. A little highlighter. There we go. There we go. And let me clean out my little detail brush and put a little highlight with the highlighter in my inner corners of my eyes. This highlighter is not real. It's not even really showing up. It didn't even really show up. Let me go back into this Sultry palette and get, I'm going to go with the silver. Just put a little silver there. Is it going to go? Let me try a finger. Come on. There we go. And on with silver. Alright, now lips. Let me get all these things out of my way. I've pulled a lipstick that I've never used before. I have 3 Anastasia Beverly Hills lipsticks that for some reason got overlooked, and I've never used it. So this one is in the color Spice. So I'm going to use my Huda lip liner in Spice Girl. Overdraw my lips because I like a fuller lip on me than, I think my lips are too thin. But I would never go get fillers. That just scares me. I'm afraid I'll have just, yeah, that scares me. So I will just continue to overdraw my lips. So I will do that and put Spice on. And I will speed you guys up while I do that. Okay, there we go. This lipstick is extremely matte. Feels very, yeah, it says it's a matte lipstick. Feels very matte on my lips. My lips were already feeling a little dry. So I will probably end up putting some kind of gloss over that later today. Now let me spray. And there we go. That's it. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and my little stories. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe. Any questions or comments? Leave them down below, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.